Let's fire this live. It's Tuesday morning. Head to the end of the month. I love the end of the month because, you get to bring in the harvest. You get to bring in and measure what you did. And so let's fire this live. Let's throw out a couple of invites. Appreciate you communicating this to your community. Like I always say, if you like what we're doing, if you like where we're headed, if you like what we're sharing, the key is to invite a crew and a community so that you can build your own network. Does that make sense? So let's get her started. Yeah, my name is James Rice. I'm going to mess with these cameras a little bit. We're going to light this bad dog up. So jump on, throw in a comment, say good morning. Hey, what's going on, Cheryl? It's a great day. It's funny for myself. Emily Reed, how the heck are you? When do you want to Zoom with your community? Your community is showing up on my lives, which is awesome. Hopefully I'm breathing into them, or showing up on the Zooms, I should say. That's a great sign, because for each and every one of you on here, no matter what you're going to be successful in, it starts with me showing up. It starts with you showing up yourself. And then there's got to be an invite, and there's got to be value. So Emily, I think we had Marilyn on. We had a new lady on. Would love to grab your community, or grab a live with you on it, and then grab it around and focus on your community. I firmly believe, from what I've seen, the process and the steps, if we'll follow them, grow them, become more effective and efficient at them, practice them. There's one, Emily Reed, we all understand, with her music background, her husband's music background. If we'll practice them, we'll become more proficient. So Cheryl, I know that you have a community that's asking questions. The piece that you and I are going to talk about today is how many conversations have we had with them. Katie Fish, love seeing you on. Love that we're, what I would say, reconnected in the trenches, and that you show up on a daily basis. Phone call, you're jumping on the Zooms. I don't have any doubt that, Katie Fish, that's what's going to produce results for us. It's you and I leading, okay? It's you and I doing, it's you and I collaborating, leaning on each other, sharing stories, sharing successes, okay? So, ponder those pieces, ponder those steps. And it may sound simplistic, but if you chat with Lauren, who's on here right now, who's a massage therapist, amazing massage therapist, healing people, helping people recover every day, she'll explain to you that the recovery world is a process in her case of getting on the table, zeroing in on the muscles that are tight, that are damaged, wounded, that need repair, and then following the steps. Again, we can pound that, because that's what happens with everything in life. So starting with the whole idea, again, of September, which is headed towards fall, is, are you falling because you're not planning, learning the steps, following the steps, and involved in them every single day? That simple process laid out on your whiteboard, people, of going, here's where I want to be. Here's where I want to put my energy: faith, fitness, family, finances, and fun. My 5 fundamental truths. You got to choose yours, find where you want to cast your blows. Hang out with people who are more experienced, more success. And is that Tony Cohen? Holy crap. There's a face for the past, a friend for the past. Tony Cohen, where are you? Connect with me. Let's get together. Come to Ramona. Come visit and hang out. We got a place to eat. We can hang out in the backyard. We can drink a glass of wine. Anyway, whatever you want to do. Let's fellowship and let's grow something. Anyway, so all that being said, you've got to decide what you're going to spend time on. You've got to find mentors and teachers. As again, Lauren knows, she went to class. Katie Fish knows with her snowmobiling. Cheryl knows with her coffee, with the children that she's adopted and raised. We all know it. So remember, if you want to be successful in this case in your home-based business, your prove-it business, but whatever, it's first laying it out and making a commitment, saying, this is where I stand, this is what I want to do. And then you got to find teachers. You got to get plugged into a community that's going to move you forward. And then you got to take daily steps. And I love what's going on in my home-based business, in my proven community right now. The seeds that I planted in the spring are starting to come up. I just signed up a couple new customers from my church. Love it. Starting to produce amazing fruit. And through a couple people that follow me on social media, Danny's always wondering if my social media is producing any fruit. I just signed up a friend of mine who works at the Ramona Family Naturals. She does social media in the community. She's a cowgirl. She was born in this community. What's that mean? Influence and credibility and network. Influence, credibility, and network. And we're doing a trade with the ketones. Boom, just signed up her first friend. And what are we going to do next? Katie Fish, we're going to meet with them or call them and build rapport. That's like perfect, right? So it's just following the steps. And what are we going to do at that meeting? I'm going to engage them. And what am I going to do at that meeting, Jen? I'm going to smile more. So people, take some time out to make sure you're crystal clear on what you want and where you want to cast your blows. Then who are you meeting with? And then let's work on some of the X's and O's, okay? Because remember, each and every one of you, and I firmly believe, there's your inside game and your outside game. Okay, your outside game is the X's and O's. It's the steps. Your inside game is your heart, is your mental, is your doubts, your limiting beliefs. Let's work on both of them. Okay, I hope that helps. So Cheryl, hoping we chat today because you've got pieces. Let's tighten them up and let's move them forward. Let's tighten them up and move forward. And you just had a new friend that's ordered. Let's engage that person. It's just following those basic steps. Okay. So let's chat about what we read today. Won't keep you long. I got an exciting day today. Got work out at 10. I got an appointment at 11:30. And I've got an appointment at about 12:30. And I'm going to get work done about 4. And then if anybody wants to Zoom tonight with their crew and their community, let's make it happen. Talked about that last night on my Zoom. Remember, people, it's a two-way street. Myself, hear me on this. I'm going to be successful with or without the crew who listens to me. Okay, because I'm going to make stuff happen. James Rice has got his whiteboard. I'm going to wear swag. I'm going to do meetings. I'm going to do social media. I'm going to go live. I'm going to go live at night. I'm going to set up a get-together. I'm going to build rapport. I'm going to have a shaker bottle. I'm going to hand out some samples. So, and I'm going to provide opportunities for my community like this, like the Zooms, like the meets to show up. But then people, Melissa Carnahan, how are you? Good morning. What's up, Serena? It's up to you to show up and for up to you to seek. Like you would tell your child, ask the teacher. Ask the teacher. Okay? So it's a two-way street. And of course, I'll remind you as always, if you like what we're doing at all, find value, invite your friends. Invite your community. Find out from your community. Ask them a simple question. I'm finding value in these Zooms. I'm finding value in the meetups. I'm finding value in these phone calls. Would you like to participate? Whether they want to learn about the product, how to use the product, or growing. Would you like to participate? Hey, Joel Toso. Hey, I love to see you. There's a familiar face that I haven't seen for a while. Appreciate you jumping on, friend. Appreciate you, Melissa. So on the 27th, quite frankly, we're still chatting in Zechariah, finishing up the Old Testament. This is an interesting piece. And again, this is not theology class, this is not church class, but I love the little note that it says here, a little thought to ponder. A day without prayer is a boast against God. So obviously, if your God is your foundation, your fundamentals, then without speaking to him and being involved in it, is a boast. It's prideful. So ponder this a little bit. If your fitness is important to you, if your relationship, your spouse partner is important to you, if your job, I know you're going to your job and you're collaborating and you're gaining wisdom, from someone or sharing wisdom. My point is, and in everything that is your maybe your source of knowledge? Are you seeking it? Are you communicating with it? That's my point. Are you humbling yourself and grabbing a little bit more information that you can take action on? That's all it means, super simply. Are you constantly in the mix with your provider, your giver, your mentor? Okay. I see it many times. People are doing it themselves. Okay. I'm not gonna kid you. You're gonna see me. You got a piano teacher. Gonna go work out with my training partner. Gonna chat with Michael a little bit about the business. Gonna chat with the pastor. Already sent some messages this morning. I'm in constant contact with my creator, with my mentors, with my leaders. Are you? Ponder that a little bit. So I love this because, again, it's so applicable to our day, because just the simple truth is they're talking about prayer, and they're talking about what did you pray for. And so remember that, again, not only in your prayer life, if you have one, but again, what did you seek and what did you pray for in your faith, in your fitness, in your relationships? The point is, are you plugged in to where you say you want to seek? And are you making those desires known, at least to yourself? But are you letting them know to your community, your spouse, your mentor? Does that make sense, people? You've got to be, I hate to say you've got to be, I believe that you've got to be in constant communication with your basic fundamental mentors, team members, ride or dies, so that you're collaborating and sharing the desire, so you're on the same page. Does that make sense? And so that then those people who are your mentors, you're letting them know where you want to be, and then you're seeking them on a daily basis. Now, someone will say they don't have time. In fact, I had a friend who just said, it's interesting, I was going to dig in and get my business started, but I'm getting a new job. Interesting piece to ponder. So I bet if that person, in fact, I said to him, so this person probably no longer be a friend. I said to him, I love it. Thank you, Joel. I said to him, if I gave you $1,000 for every person that you got on a Zoom on Friday, how much would you have worked on it? You know, we have stuff that's going to show up in our lives. You know, I tell people, still go to work, they'll say, because you have to. You still go grocery shopping because you have to. You still take care of the kids and the family because you have to. I believe that your fitness is something that you should have to do, because you're choosing what you have to do. I believe that my chasing my dreams is what I have to do. In fact, I would tell you that I believe that providing Zooms, lives, being open for phone calls, holding live events and meetings is what I have to do, because you came to the table and I feel you deserve my opportunity and my sharing. Okay? So if you want to be successful at your home-based business, at your Prove It business, then you need to make it something that you have to do. I got to say this one real quick. I don't have time not to connect and collaborate. Yeah, you're spot on. But again, it's your decision, people. It's your decision. You can't do it all. I'll be the first one to tell you can't do it all. But I believe what I've chosen to do is my all. You're right. I don't have a motorhome. I don't want to have the repairs and the stuff and the whatever. I don't think it makes sense. Or a boat. I'll put gas in your boat. I'll put gas in your motorhome. But I just don't. I don't even have a dog right now. I want to have a dog, but for a couple of reasons, I just don't feel it's that good time in my life for that. I have other things, and you can only stuff so much stuff into the amount of time. And there's no right or wrong, but you decide. But it will be, you will reach those goals by focus, having a ride or die, collaborating with your mentor. Okay? You know, and what do you pray for? What do you hope for? This is definitely my favorite book. This is where my wisdom, you know, again, I talk about it almost every day. Knowledge is knowing, wisdom is applying it. Okay? Knowledge is one thing. We all have it. Everyone knows how to get in shape. They know what to eat. They know how to treat their spouse, their partner. They know. Wisdom is applying it. So the 27th, I'm going to hit this one super, super quick. It's actually they're talking about sex. They're talking about overvaluing or undervaluing it. The point is this, and this is a great piece for any relationship. If the sex in your relationship is taken for granted, that's undervalued, okay, then you're not going to have a close, committed relationship. Okay. And on the other hand, if it's undervalued and if it's overvalued and the first thing you look for in a partner is the physical and the sex, then you're going to miss the inside. So a lot of that pieces can happen. I mean, you can do that in your home-based business. If you're thinking money, then you're undervaluing it, okay? And you're overvaluing it, and you're not following up with community and authenticity. Does that make sense? On the other hand, it could be too important to you, right? And so you're not valuing the inside game, the authenticity, the actual opportunities, okay? And so be careful that whatever you're doing, you don't undervalue it so you take it for granted, and you don't overvalue it so it gets more time and energy than the actual value it brings. Ponder that a little bit. And so the cool thing is, as I do my reading, it gives me little things in my head and heart that I can ponder and apply and going, James Rice, what are you doing? Because that's what it always comes down to. All I can control is me and what am I doing? And then if I provide opportunity, swag, an event, call, a Zoom, then I look to see who shows up. And then when those people show up, Michelle, Aunt Terry, Lacey, Katie, Tina, then do I grab them, find out what they want to do, and move them forward? Now, I would tell you, leaders, if you're not showing up, or if you're just showing up once a week or every 2 weeks, then you don't know who's on the Zoom and you don't know who's showing up. So, and are you even inviting your people? I'll just say this, and I'm going to jump off. If you are not constantly, consistently in the grind on whatever you decide you want to put your time into, you will not produce fruit. If you are not constantly, consistently, on a daily basis, pouring time and energy, specific, intentional action, you will not produce fruit. Easily the most important piece of success is not doing it exactly right. It's showing up on a daily basis. And I will say this, with energy, intensity, and belief and excitement, doing the activities. Nothing's more important. So if you're leaping and skipping, and if all you do is show up to a KLP that you have once every 2 weeks or even once a week, it's not going to fly. Okay? Same thing with the gym, same thing with your relationship, your faith, and such. So as we finish up the month of September and we head further into fall, how was your first month of fall? Let's get ready to measure it. Why? Not to shame and blame you, but to give you a yardstick to set goals for October. That makes sense? And let's get prepared to be focused daily, to be working with people who are doing it at a higher level, and to grab ourselves a ride or die. And that's who we work with, and that's who we grind with, and that's who we move. It's going to grow a little bit every single month. That makes sense? So I'm going to let you go. Danny Martin, good to see you. Crystal, good to see you. I'm ready to Zoom again tonight. The key will be Michelle, Aunt Terry, Lacey, Katie, Tina, Cassie, those of you who, again, are building larger communities. Will your people who came on, will they grab a friend to get on? Will they grab a friend to get on? Will they grab 2 friends to get on? If we are not inviting and engaging, it will never grow. We're not inviting and engaging, it will never grow. So, hope you found value. Please share it. Love the ride or die. I need that in my life. Amen. We all need it. But will we seek it? Will we pray for it? Will we look for it and invite people to be that ride or die? If we do those 3 or 4 things, it'll happen for sure. Okay, it'll happen for sure. So if you like what we're doing, I appreciate you sharing. Your people who are interested and curious, let's get in a conversation with them. Let's get a meeting with them. Let's get on a Zoom with them. Let's pour into them and see where they fit. It's quite frankly that simple. So hope you have an amazing Tuesday. Finish up the month. Get a hold of me for anything. Hope I can help you. Love each and every one of you. Enjoy your day.